And Epiphania is on standby to bring you those. Don't go.
Good news.
Good news.
Good news.
Good news. Good news.
Hit us up.
So we have good things for you.
Okay.
I don't know if do you know plus size people?
Of course, yeah. Well, until recently, sorry, people used to say you're fat. You need to, yeah, that's an insult actually now. So plus-sized people.
Yes, that's basically what we call them, though.
nature.
Yes, plus-sized
Right.
people. And since time immemorial, there's actually been this harsh treatment being meted out toward them, or some form of discrimination, where we
Right,
actually tend to
because of
look
their
down
size,
upon.
huh?
Exactly, you tend to look down upon them, and
Yep.
some of them, it's not really their fault. Some of them can't help it.
We're born that way.
Exactly. So the thing is, when they go to look for clothes to wear,
Trouble, eh?
I tell you, it becomes a problem.
They're thinking about a lot of things.
Finding your size alone.
Is an issue. There's a lot of things they think about, when boarding a vehicle, especially a public transport. A lot of people start looking at you like you're the only one who is gonna occupy this seat. Like,
And it's
I know,
sometimes for somebody who is skinny, you actually get on board and you're gonna be sitting between two plus size people.
oh my God! If
I
today was
experienced
first
that a
day-
couple of
If
times
today was
and-
first day, I would have shared my experience. It happened a couple of days back, but I'll tell you tomorrow. I promise. Remind me, Epi. Okay.
So I don't know if you've heard of Macy's, but Macy's is actually from the diaspora, and they have a
Clothing
clothing line.
line.
Exactly. Now, what they have done is they have Nina Parker, who happens to be a host for entertainment news. She's also a fashion enthusiast, and
Okay.
she is plus sized.
Right.
Yeah, so she's made history as the first black woman to have her own plus size clothing line being sold at Macy's.
Great. What else?
And this happens to be the department store's first ever black owned clothing line made specifically for plus sized women. It's like there's no allocation being made for them. If the fabric is elastic or spandex or something that can stretch, then they can fit in it anyhow, anyway. But then for it to be tailor made solely that this is plus sized, bum like that, it's not really happening over there. And
Right.
she actually has made history as the first black woman to
Okay.
own a black clothing line for plus sized women.
Women.
Now I found this was good because I thought first off attention is being drawn, second off a solution is being brought about, because I know people who've been like body shamed
Oh yeah.
so
yeah,
many
yeah.
times
Mhm.
just because of the way they were. And some of them, they don't even eat that much, but they naturally
It's like an,
are
it's-
like
it's like a
that.
gene, if especially if you come from a family, known to be plus sized, obviously you should expect that.
They naturally
Right.
are like them. People blame them for it. And I mean, they say so many. It's sad. It's disturbing. But to know that someone has taken time to actually say, look, I'm doing this for my kind of people.
Yeah.
Go get it, go buy it, and go put it. And the fact that it's black owned for me is good. Now, I'm saying black owned in the sense that we know when you talk about plus size and we talk about blacks,
Okay.
it's something that we have there.
Well, yeah.
And I mean, we're well endowed, I mean, naturally.
Right.
And for a time that there was a period where blacks or African Americans were shamed for the type of body they had because they were not appearing like in the form of chewing sticks or toothpicks or rulers flat like that. Now that there's allocation being made, accommodation to actually take in what you have in front and behind
Yeah.
and at your side, and also taking your size, actually it's a good progress.
It is. No need to be shy about your body anymore.
Exactly, and no need to feel like you always have to wear something that the wind is going to fly or carry away.
Yeah.
You can actually get good fitting, beautiful clothes that enhance you and make you look amazing.
Thing is, you're beautiful the way you are. You just don't know it. But hey, you will soon. Okay.
Now, one thing that caused Nina to actually lead this was that she said she and her stylist had a problem trying to get clothes off different shops' racks just for herself.
Wow.
Clothes that would fit her, clothes that would make her look good. They're either too small or too out of, like, they just couldn't find anything. And everybody goes like, oh, we're sorry, we don't have your... It's like,
Your
oh, we're
size,
sorry. That
yeah.
yes. So then it hit her that there's nobody that's actually made a location
Made an
for
effort
this. That yes,
to
for this
solve
kind
that,
of
right.
a thing. You understand? So she decided to step out and make that kind of difference. So
Great.
you can go check it out. You can find out about Nina Parker and her clothing line, and you'll be amazed at the things you can actually go for.
Nice. Okay.
Have you seen? Okay, fine. I think they wear gowns as well, so I'm sure you've seen a couple of them.
Oh yeah, I've seen a couple. I mean, in Albanian Ghana, there's a name there called Obolo. That's the name they call them. Yeah. When you hear obolish, you know the person is plus sized. And what do you call it? And they try to encourage them to also feel comfortable in their skin.
Oh yeah.
There's this contest, what they call it, diasa.
Yeah, where they actually had to dance and then
my
just...
very good friend won the recent one. I think the season 4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You should see her, man. But the way she can move her body, you'd be fascinated. Okay, let's get on to the next bit.
Well, the next one, we're looking at how East Africa's electric motorbike is actually creating more like a carbon-free space for us.
Right.
Now, we're saying this because over here on this show, I've done different startups, look at different companies that have actually been using electric from motorbikes to cars, especially motorbikes, though, to actually do deliveries, to run business and stuff. And the key thing was electric. And we know how difficult it is to actually maintain the climate as it is now.
Oh, yeah.
And how very important it is for us to actually take note of our actions that in turn go to affect the health or the state of the climate.
Very true.
So for them to actually, I mean, East Africa is doing well. We must say, give it up to them because their startups, one trend I keep finding, electric this, electric that, electric this, it's always electric something. And they keep improving upon it, building upon it.
I think one of the advantages, or I'd say one of the reasons is, most of the East African countries are more of like landlocked countries, not closer to the water bodies.
Yeah.
So the possibility of them being an oil-producing country is not that high. Unlike Nigeria,
Ghana. But don't we have countries that are not producing oil, but then are using fuel?
I know, right? I do know, but the thing is, talk about Ghana. How many startups that are really into clean energy or environmentally?
You see, the thing is, it's about the atmosphere. The question: do we have the atmosphere? How conducive it? Because when you actually look at Rwanda, Paul Kagame actually said that last August. Last year, he said that he wanted all the country's motorbikes to be electric. Now, this is somebody who he stepped his foot down and has made it. So what shows that the citizens will not want to comply and follow with it? Well, and let's not forget Rwanda itself, when it comes to taxes on importation of raw materials that startups use to produce their goods, he's actually reduced it so that people can actually make benefit.
Because you see,
but we don't have the same everywhere.
My argument is not the fact that they are actually they are not oil producing because that's the reason why, because we don't have an option. No, but the thing is, even in some oil producing countries, moving forward, we're looking to actually do better in terms of improving our atmospheric conditions, climates, whatever. Now we're producing oil, and we're looking to champion clean energy. So it means that there would be the time where even the oil sales and what have you would be irrelevant, because if let's say 40 to 50% of the population are all into clean energy usage, it means that the consumption of oil would be relatively low.
Well, it will be relatively low, but you see, I feel that it's about creating the conducive, the demand has to be there. Rwanda actually has electric motorbike company that is actually producing the things locally. Now, what problem are they facing? They have resource problem, and then when it also comes to labor problem. So, as compared to if people actually, or the prominent people in the town, the government invested in that company, they could provide like probably 1,000 or 2,000 or how many thousands at the end of the month. Unfortunately, they're able to deliver about 40 bikes at the end of the month. Meanwhile, you have about 7,000 people who have placed orders and are waiting to purchase these things. So, how long is it going to take them for them to do this?
But you need to charge it, right? You need to charge such a bike.
Now,
imagine a country facing power problems. Nigeria.
Where are we looking towards with the solar?
A bit of Ghana.
Where are we looking towards with the solar? How many times do we charge our phones?
Because if you have an electric bike and you don't have lights to power it,
but how many times do we charge our phones? All our electrical appliances. How often do we charge them? We're able to find ways to charge them. I believe if the motorbike is your means and source of transport and survival,
you need that much energy or electricity supply to charge your
combine
phone.
All the things you charge or the things connected to power in your room and tell me you cannot charge a bike. TV.
The thing is not about charging; it's about the availability of electricity.
But you see, that's where we actually. That's as much as I'm happy that. East Africa is focusing on carbon. Let's not forget, East Africa is also trying to lead when it comes to tapping into renewable energy on the continent.
Now, that's the thing, because if we don't do that, we're actually facing the consequences.
So what are the rest doing?
Well, we will find out, I believe, in due course. Okay.
We really have to start
We
doing something about it. We really
definitely.
have to. And kudos to all the electric motorbike startups that have actually sprung up across the region. Most of them, that's their source of livelihood. Most of them, the main source of transportation is by bike. I mean, look, I sit in traffic. I don't think I want to keep going through traffic.
Yesterday I wished.
There are days I pick a bike.
I think there just has to be that law or that thing that makes a certain day or certain days out of the working days mandatory for everybody to use a bike. Yes.
Oh, does it? Well, I mean, we could actually do that though. But then I would rather prefer some people use cars and I use bike.
Why?
I don't want too many bikes on the road.
Why too many bikes? What will happen? Everybody would get their own path to maneuver.
You see the way some of them drive, right?
Yeah, I know.
That's it. So if there's a ton of them, you can
and
imagine.
that's why regulators need to be introduced and with strict measures.
I actually even believe they should create a separate lane for them, so they move one after the other.
That is a long time coming for now. We only have the pedestrian pavements at the moment. Yes.
And they
so
use
like when we're
that.
actually building even our roads, we don't factor certain things.
That is the thing. I was sitting and we have this truck in front of us.
Yeah.
And there was this biker and he was trying to go between the truck and then
You're not even supposed to be in the middle of the road where
and he's just
the
trying to
four-wheel
go.
automobile.
And I'm thinking, why is there not
found.
a separate road for
Yeah.
these heavy
It's a big
duty
one.
cars and a separate road for these
And
motorists?
and that place that little pavement that looks like it's been tarred with the coal tile and everything.
Yeah, the bus stops.
You find those little pillars there.
Yes,
black
those
light
ones to the
pillars,
lines. Yeah,
and I don't know what they're doing there, but hey, we really
they're trying to
consider-
prevent people from parking there.
Ah, right.
If you come
so
and
what
it's
about
there,
the
how do you
biker
park?
who shouldn't find himself on the 3-lane highway instead to be in a place like that? But
Have
hey,
you made provision for me to be on an appropriate lane? You
well,
haven't.
we
So
need to
then I'll
ask
join with them.
the appropriate authorities. Okay, that's all we have.
That's all we have. for good
Interesting
news.
bits right there. Well, if you missed this one, log on to africaglobalradio.com on demand. It is right there for you. Listen to that at your disposable time or by kind courtesy Viamo through Vodafone. Dial 321, follow the voice prompt and get access. 1:39 GMT. The show is Africa Daily on Africa Global Radio.